here at the 2024 SMACNA Annual Convention here in beautiful Palm Desert, California. And we're going to kind of go into a little bit of a new topic. We're going to talk about artificial intelligence. And I have one of our SMACNA's own subject matter experts here to talk about it with me. My friend Todd Byxbe. Todd, how you doing, man?
Great, how are you?
Good. So let's get started here. Let's talk about the rise of AI in our industry. How did we get here now we're talking about it?
Understood. Really how this started was at the board level and exploring, having a conversation about AI, and that morphed into how do we protect our intellectual property. From that, it again grew into what that technology is and how it affects our industry. So whether it be predictive analytics, as far as just like you and I both have our Google Homes or Alexas that are listening, that kind of thing, to using that in robotics and many different aspects in our industry.
And let's go to a little more about the actual use cases here. Like, give me an idea on the day-to-day basis how a contractor could be using AI.
So there's so many different areas to think about, whether it be project planning and using analytics to be able to make the most efficient use of our employees' time and our time, or whether it be safety metrics, the use of AI to be able to protect our people in a predictable manner, or virtual reality. The rise of CAD in our industry and our prominence when we look at the different trades, electrical, plumbing, and et cetera. Sheet metal always takes, or HVAC always takes the lead, and the use of virtual reality, again, AI driven to be able to really make the best use and efficiency of our talents.
The rise of the digital environment in our industry is just unbelievable. I mean, it wasn't that long ago where probably everything was pen and paper, you go sheet to sheet, and now in so many shops I visited over my time here at SMACNA, you can see the boards with platforms like Stratus and other associated platforms where they're able to model in 3D, manipulate the structure, and understand exactly how the build looks. And I've run into VR environments, so they throw on the goggles and they basically walk through the same thing. You're working with our task force here, an AI task force. Give us an idea of that work and give us an idea, like, what are you guys working on to help contractors out?
So it's going to be multi-layered for the most part. Again, I have to go back to how we started out at the board level, just trying to protect our white papers, the things that Eli and his staff and committees have created. But moving forward, we will eventually, we've hired a consultant, and we are going to be able to teach our contractors across the United States and the other areas that we, Brazil and Australia and et cetera, the effective use of AI. The effective use to be able to, again, help be predictive and more communicative.
I guess this is a question whenever, I think this is the basic question when you ever talk about AI, you have to ask, should we be scared of AI?
Well, there's lots of reason to be scared of AI because there's vulnerabilities that are put out there. Again, I keep going back to it, but this is how it started. If all of our manuals got put out in the virtual reality world, it would make us ineffective. I mean, it would basically cut the legs out from under SMACNA. And so we need to protect that. So yes, there's lots to be worried about as far as AI. And again, just like we were talking about earlier, as far as the Alexas or our iPhones and Android phones, there's things that are always listening, and so that can be used against a person or against a company if they have, protected software that they're using that could get leaked out to the rest of the world. So yeah, there's certainly some things that are scary about AI and that we need to be smart and intelligent about its use.
I think that's kind of the key. So no Skynet yet. No, the machines aren't taking over yet.
True story.
So I think one of the biggest things I've really been wanting to ask about this is, let's say I'm a contractor and I'm just getting into it. Like, I'm like, how does AI help me? What am I supposed to do? Like, what is step one, even maybe step two for a contractor? What should they do to really start getting involved with AI?
And I don't want to overstep my bounds because we really don't know. We are just starting down this process. But Some of the early things, I was talking to a contractor yesterday that is using robotics. Again, AI driven, and they're going to be using robots in their facility rather, to be able to do welds, and those welds will be done all night long, so that when the staff comes in the morning, they can take a repetitive process that I shouldn't say nobody, but it's not the most glamorous process as far as doing welds over and over and over again. And being able to utilize AI-driven robotics to be able to save time and be more efficient.
Yeah. Well, I was looking forward. It's exciting. I mean, I know I interact with AI on a regular basis in my job, especially in content production. I use it. It's a great spell checker. I mean, it's great and it helps you with grammar, and it kind of does, it can be an aid, but there's still so much unknown with it.
There really is. And again, I'm saying that we as a committee, this committee task force that's been created for SMACNA or on SMACNA, we're just starting to scratch the surface and learn. Travis Voss is integral in that process, for SMACNA. But we're trying to make sure that we're, number one, not overstepping our bounds from the standpoint of getting too deep into something that is going to be a negative for the most part, but also trying to lay out steps so that we can protect SMACNA and educate our contractors and help our contractors eventually.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting.
It is.
Todd, this was exciting. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been actually very informational because, like I said, I'm one of those newbies that have no idea how AI works. And when you think about it in construction, like, how's that going to happen? Kind of thanks for pulling back the veil on that one. That was super helpful.
You bet.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.